নমস্কার, মধুশ্রী শ্রীনন্তু ইউটিউব চ্যানেলে আপনাদের সবাইকে স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি। আমি মধুশ্রী আপনাদের সাথে আছি। মধুশ্রী শ্রীনন্তু ইউটিউব চ্যানেলের সাহায্যে আমরা কিছু সদর্থক বার্তা সমাজে ছড়িয়ে দিতে চাই। তাই অনুরোধ করব আপনারাও আমাদের সাথে থাকবেন। আমাদের এই মিলিত প্রয়াস আমরা বিশ্বাস করি নিশ্চয়ই খুব শীঘ্র সাফল্য লাভ করবে। এই ভিডিওটির প্রথমে আমরা দেখব রামকৃষ্ণ মিশনের বিদগ্ধ সাধু স্বামী চেতনানন্দজি ভারত শব্দটির অর্থ কি সুন্দরভাবে ব্যাখ্যা করেছেন। তারপরে আমরা শুনব স্বামী সর্বপ্রিয়ানন্দজির কাছে যে ভারতের বাইরে বিদেশে কিছু ভারতীয় কিভাবে ভারতীয়ের নিন্দে করে হিরো হতে চায়, আর উনি এক্সপ্লেনও করেছেন কারণটা কি, বিশদে এক্সপ্লেন করেছেন স্বামী শুদ্ধিদানন্দজি। আর একদম শেষে আমরা শুনব বন্দে মাতরম গানটি। এই গানটি গেয়েছেন পণ্ডিত ওঙ্কারনাথ ঠাকুর। পণ্ডিত ওঙ্কারনাথ ঠাকুর সন্ন্যাসী প্রতিম একজন বিখ্যাত ভারতীয় শাস্ত্রীয় সঙ্গীত শিল্পী ছিলেন। 1947 সালে ভারত স্বাধীন হওয়ায় পার্লামেন্টে মিডনাইটে উনি গেয়েছিলেন এবং পরের দিন আকাশবাণী আবার ব্রডকাস্ট করেছিল সকালে। একটু লক্ষ্য করবেন উনি কিন্তু পুরো গানটা গেয়েছেন। এই বন্দে মাতরম গানটা অনেক বড়, যেটা সচরাচর আমরা পুরো গানটা শুনি না, কিন্তু পুরো গানটাই উনি গেয়েছেন। এটি লক্ষ্য করার মতো। আসুন আমরা ভিডিওটি দেখি।
Bharata, Bharata, Bharata. Do you know what Bharata means? Bha means light, Rata means immersed. The country which is immersed in the light of consciousness, knowledge, that is Bharata.
कुछ दुखदायी बात हम बताते हैं आपको। 1-1.5 साल पहले मैंने देखा हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में पॉलिटिकल प्रोटेस्ट हो रहा है। वहां तो तब लोग स्टूडेंट्स प्रोटेस्ट करते थे, ट्रंप के विरोध में ये सब होता था। एक मैंने देखा कि कई प्रोटेस्ट हुए बाय इंडियन स्टूडेंट्स अगेंस्ट समथिंग इन इंडियन गवर्नमेंट, कुछ सीए एनआरसी कुछ भी, देयर इन हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी। तो मैंने उन स्टूडेंट से बात किया, आई स्पोक टू देम। यू सी, हैव यू एवर नोटिस्ड किस इतने सारे देश से स्टूडेंट्स हैं वहां पर एट हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी? कभी देखा किसी देश के स्टूडेंट अपने देश के खिलाफ प्रोटेस्ट करते हैं इन इंटरनेशनल फील्ड? कभी नहीं। आई नेवर सॉ इट, और दे आल्सो कुड नॉट से हाँ ऐसा तो कभी नहीं देखा। क्या उन सब देशों में कुछ गलत नहीं है? इंडिया से बहुत ज्यादा बुरा हाल है उधर, मेनी कंट्रीज, मच वर्स। तो ये क्यों कर रहे हैं? अब क्यों कर रहे हैं? द रियल रीजन इज, ये बहुत खतरनाक रीजन है। इट्स नॉट रियली कि मैं ये पॉलिटिकल इश्यू को सपोर्ट करता हूं, हमारा गवर्नमेंट या कोई कुछ खराब कर रहा है उसके खिलाफ हम प्रोटेस्ट करें, दैट यू कैन डू। बट मैंने एकदम नजदीक से देखा कि द रियल रीजन एक अपने ऊपर हीन मानसिकता है। आई टेल यू, दे में सी सम ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स में सी, उनको बुरा भी लग सकता है कि मैं बोल रहा हूं उनके बारे में ऐसा, लेकिन इट्स नॉट जस्ट देम, इट्स इन ऑल ऑफ अस, उसमें है। द रियल रीजन आई एम प्रोटेस्टिंग अगेंस्ट माई कंट्री, माई गवर्नमेंट, सम पॉलिसी इज, मैं अपने जो गोरे फ्रेंड्स हैं, व्हाइट स्किन बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स इन माई क्लास, उनके सामने हीरो बन सकूं। अपना देश अपना कल्चर को गाली देना एक हीरो बनने का एक तरीका है, गलत तरीका है और बाउंड टू फेल। आप हीरो नहीं बन सकते, दे विल नॉट रेस्पेक्ट यू। लेकिन कहीं लगता है हम इनसे नीचे, तो कैसे इनके बराबरी करें? आई एम ऑल्सो वेरी कूल, बीइंग कूल इज, आई एम ऑल्सो वेरी कूल, आई कैन क्रिटिसाइज माई कंट्री, मैं इतना फॉरवर्ड थिंकिंग हूं। आई नेवर सॉ दैट सेम थिंग इन एनी अदर स्टूडेंट ग्रुप। अनफॉर्चुनेट, वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट। इट कम्स फ्रॉम अ सेंस ऑफ इंफीरियोरिटी। अपने ऊपर श्रद्धा नहीं है, इसलिए अपने देश के ऊपर श्रद्धा नहीं है। Look at the difference in what Swami Vivekananda did. More than 100 years ago, one of the speakers pointed out, going there at that time when this country was colonized, when this country was desperately poor, people were starving, illiterate, under a foreign power. सब लोग नीचा दिखते थे भारत को. तब के दिनों में जाकर स्वामी विवेकानंद in the West, at no point did he ever once criticize India. Not only that, at every time when India was attacked, he defended India fully. He did not give 1 inch of ground. And when he came back to India, he did not spare us. Her lecture big against casteism, against the oppression of women, against superstition, he hit us very hard. लेकिन उनका क्या था? आपको क्रिटिसाइज करेंगे आपके मुंह पर, आपके पीठ पीछे आपको, I will defend you till my death. This was the spirit of Vivekananda. In contrast to that, I am sorry to say, there are students की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं, they are young. There are any number of professors in American universities, अच्छी positions में हैं, our own intellectuals, Indians, who have made an industry out of criticizing India. अब तो वहां गोरे लोग कंफ्यूज क्यों नहीं होंगे? इंडियन प्रोफेसर आके बोल रहे हैं कि इंडिया इतना बुरा है, तो स्टूडेंट्स विल बी कंफ्यूज्ड. So this is something that it comes from lack of Shraddha. I don't have Shraddha in myself. I cannot have Shraddha in my culture.
Rooted in our own heritage. জানাটা দরকার তো অন্তত. আমি ট্যাগ করব কি ক্রিটিসাইজ করব কি বাদ দিয়ে দেবো, তার থেকে আগে আমাকে জানতে হবে কি ক্রিটিসাইজ করছি, কি ট্যাগ করছি, কি বাদ দিয়ে দিচ্ছি. আই মাস্ট বি রুটেড ইন মাই ওন হেরিটেজ. আমার মনে আছে আমি যখন প্লাস 2-তে পড়ি, একটা সাবজেক্ট ছিল লজিক. তো সেটা আমরা সবাই নিতাম যেহেতু মার্কস বেশি পাওয়া যাবে, তবে সাবজেক্টটা খুব ইন্টারেস্টিং. পরে আমার মনে হলো আচ্ছা কি পড়লাম সেই সাবজেক্টে. আই স্টাডিড অনলি গ্রিক লজিক, অ্যারিস্টটলিয়ান লজিক, খুব ইন্টারেস্টিং সাবজেক্ট, নো ডাউট অ্যাবাউট ইট. অনেক পরে জানলাম আচ্ছা আমাদের তো একটা সাবজেক্ট আছে ন্যায়. ইন্ডিয়ান লজিক ইজ দেয়ার, নট অনলি দেয়ার, ইটস দ্য মোস্ট সফিস্টিকেটেড সিস্টেম অফ লজিক আনটিল দি অ্যারাইভাল অফ মডার্ন ম্যাথামেটিক্যাল লজিক. সেটা সিম্বলিক লজিক আসার আগে অবধি দ্য মোস্ট ইন্ট্রিকেট সফিস্টিকেটেড সিস্টেম অফ লজিক ইন দ্য হোল ওয়ার্ল্ড ওয়াজ দ্য নব্যনাই অফ বেঙ্গল. স্বামী বিবেকানন্দ বলছেন পৃথিবীর থেকে লোকে আসতো এখানে শিখতে, এই নদিয়াতে, ইনক্লুডিং টিবেটান লামারা আসতো একসময় এখানে শিখতে. আচ্ছা আমি প্লাস 2-তে পড়ছি, একটা ইন্ডিয়ার ছাত্র, স্বাধীন ভারতে, একবার বলাও হলো না যে আমাদের একটা লজিক ছিল. আমি সেই একটা ওয়েস্টার্ন লজিক সিস্টেম, সেটা মন্দ নয়, ভালো জিনিস, সেইটাই শুধু শেখানো হবে কেন?
The most striking thing which she touched upon was the first line itself, the India's idea of nationhood. Unfortunately, you just see, I'm just stimulated by that idea. We have been imitating the West for the last 75 years, making our nationhood stand on the Western concept. You know what Vivekananda wanted? Long before the Western nations even came into being, this India existed as a nation. But what was the basis of that nationhood? Remember, it was religion and spirituality. Today, in the name of secularism, what we have been doing is we have been literally strangulating the very soul of Bharat in the name of secularism by not letting the spirituality and religion of this land become a part and parcel of our education system. The basis of India's nationhood is different. We had a different idea of nationhood, and we should not be imitating the Westerners in this respect. We have our own individuality and identity. Now, when we talk about individuality and identity, you see, now many things are coming to my mind related to this very issue. You know, the best way to destroy a person or a race or a nation is to wipe out his or the nation's or the society's identity and individuality. अगर आपको किसी एक राष्ट्र को खत्म करना हो तो उसका सबसे उत्तम जो तरीका होगा वो ये होगा कि आप उस राष्ट्र की पहचान को नष्ट कर दीजिए, वो राष्ट्र अपने आप ही नष्ट हो जाएगा. This is what exactly unfortunately which has been happening with India for the last several centuries, and we haven't been able to correct this mistake even after our independence in 1947. Now, what was the uniqueness of this great personality called Vivekananda? I'm just coming to that point. what did Vivekananda actually give to us? If you just look into the life of this great teacher, the greatest thing that he did was, he gave to India, he gave to Bharat her lost identity, her lost individuality. And that is how he has saved Bharat in the modern times. And how did he do that? Everyone who has read Vivekananda's life, you all know what happened, how he could accomplish this. Swamiji, whenever we think about Vivekananda, the first picture that comes before our eyes is this magnanimous personality standing on that platform of the Parliament of Religions in Chicago. And what did he do? Something magical. On that day, 11 September 1893, what did he accomplish? I don't know how many of you have read this Chicago addresses carefully. If you just read sentence by sentence, you will see what Vivekananda was actually accomplishing. The first sentence, he says, I thank you all in the name of the most ancient order of monks in the world. Which is this most ancient order of the monks in the world? I ask you this question. That great ancient order of monks belonging to the Vedic Sanatana Dharma, which is today known as Hindu Dharma. Second sentence, I thank you in the name of the mother of all religions. Look at the words. He is striking at the very roots. He is saying that which is this mother of all religions, and is thanking the audience in the name of that mother of all religions. Which is this mother of all religions? Hindu Dharma. Third sentence, he says, I thank you in the name of the millions and millions of Hindus of all sects and classes. Just see, this turning point event in the modern history started with a thumping pride in what? The great Hindu Sanatana Dharma. He was giving back India her lost identity and individuality. Why I'm saying that he was giving us back our lost individuality and identity is that if you just know the historical background at that time, what was India's condition? We all know centuries of Islamic invasion and all those unfortunate events which took place in this land, which had eventually and gradually created such a situation that people of this land slowly started to lose faith in their own dharma. They started to lose confidence in their own nationhood. They started to feel inferior in the face of the Westerners, the Britishers, who literally exploited us ruthlessly. So in that situation, on the one hand, India was going down and down into the pits of darkness, and contrastingly, on the other side, we see the Western nations shining in their material glory. In such a situation, what happened was Indians began to lose confidence in their own great country, Bharat, and also they started to look down upon their own dharma. This is how we had started to lose our own individuality and identity, and we wanted to become like the Westerners. And this disease is continuing even today owing to the existence of our incomplete and deficient education system. The Swami Vivekananda was the first person in the modern times, in the modern history, who dared to stand on that word platform and proclaim the glory of Hindu Sanatana Dharma and the glory of Bharatvarsha. And look at our education system today. It is such that it makes us feel just the opposite. You should not be talking about Hindu Sanatana Dharma, which is the very thing which gives us our identity and individuality. I ask this question, what is Bharat without this Hindu Sanatana Dharma? It is the very soul of this land. Swamiji says, if this dharma dies within 3 generations, India will be dead and gone. What makes Bharat? Bharat is this great system of thought, of the Vedas, which is today known as Hindu Sanatana Dharma. Now, too much of this brainwashing of the secularism, the poisoning idea which has been literally strangulating the soul of this country. All the best things that can happen in this land is once again by reviving our dharma, and this dharma alone is going to save the world. Let me come to that point. Why I am beating the drums of Hindu Sanatana Dharma? Let us remember one thing. We have been continuously talking about the teachings of Vivekananda, the teachings of Vivekananda. What is the teachings of Vivekananda? Did he come to teach something new? He was the greatest spokesperson in the modern times of the great ideas which were left behind by the great rishis of this land. The rishis of the Vedas, the great discoveries which our rishis have made in that hoary past. He was the one who kept those ideas before the entire world. So what were the great discoveries of our great ancestors? You know what Hinduism essentially teaches? Hinduism teaches that, from the morning we have been hearing some very wonderful talks. Most revered Swami Gautamanji spoke about Atmavishwas. Srinivasji was talking about meditation. Meditation on what? Atma-Vishwas, Atma-Shraddha, Atma-Samman, these beautiful terms, it cannot be translated into English language. It all has got one word which is very important, which is the very focus of our attention. That is Atman. Hindu Sanatana Dharma or the Vedas, what they teach us is the teaching of the Atman. In each one of us, there is one center of divinity which is immortal and which is our true nature. The Vedas teach us that each man, each woman is divine. Divinity is our true nature. We are not this small framework looked at from the gender standpoint as a male or a female. We are much, much unthinkably vast and greater than the small thing called the body. Do not be ashamed to speak about who you are. Wear it on your sleeves. You should know what this land belongs to. You should know what is the basis of the culture and civilization of this great land called India. And we should be proud about it. Our identity, our individuality, which was given back to us through this great son of the soil called Vivekananda. That is why we hold him to the maker of the modern India. If we had not got back that identity, we would have been lost of a battle long back. That's why there is no end to our gratitude to this great son of soil called Vivekananda. Because of him, today Hindu Dharma is existing in the modern times. 1200 years back it was Shankaracharya who did that. And we have to keep this great work going on. Last few words before I wind up. You see, Vivekananda had foreseen the rising India. And I can't complete my talk without referring to that beautiful sentence, so poetic and full of prophetic wisdom. In one of his talks in Madras, Swamiji says, what does he say? He says, he was as if he was seeing in front of his eyes the rising India. As if literally he is seeing it. And today you can see where India is going, in which direction India is going. And what was he seeing? 1897, just imagine, at a time when the India was completely immersed in darkness, there was not a single ray of hope at that time. At that time, how could this man see the future of India in such glorious radiance? How could he do that? Swamiji says in 1897, the longest night seems to be passing away. The sorest trouble seems to be coming to an end at last. India, this motherland of ours, is rising. This motherland of ours is rising. None can resist her anymore. No outward power can hold her back anymore. And never again is she going to sleep anymore, for this infinite giant is rising to her feet. Such an electrifying utterance. In 1897, Vivekananda had spoken about it. 1897, he is seeing the rising India before his eyes. And today we have touched the moon, we are on the Mars, we have sent our satellite to the sun. And remember, sky is not the limit for India. This is just the beginning. Swamiji says, India will be so glorious in the future that all its past attainments will pale into insignificance. Just imagine, in the past, India was the greatest land on the globe. Sone ki chidiya kehte the hum log isko. If that is the case, if all the past attainments will be paling into insignificance, just imagine what is awaiting us. And sometimes I feel how fortunate we are that we are existing in these times when we are seeing that India is already coming up. Already India has started taking the lead on the global stage. And my dear children, you have a great role to play in this. You all have to be a great participants in this great rise of this Mahabharati, which has got a great role to play as far as the human race is concerned. Vivekananda had said, he had visualized, the only system which can give a new civilization to the entire humanity, that is this Hindu Dharma. In America, he had stated, beautiful utterance. What is he saying? In America, I have just started my work. I have just raised one or two waves. We have to raise a tidal wave. The society has to be turned upside down. We have to give a new civilization to the world. Look at the vision of this man. He is talking about not India alone, but in and through the great thought system of India, he wants to change the destiny of the entire human race itself. This is the great mission which India has got. And this is the great mission in which we have to participate. And if you have to really do something for this country, my dear children, remember one thing. The secret lies in sacrifice. If you want to really serve your country, take your pain and pleasures, take your name and fame, take all your comforts, all your likes and dislikes, all your selfish interests. Take all of this, make a bundle of it, throw it into the sea, and then come to serve the nation. You cannot serve this nation unless you learn to be unselfish. We want unselfish young men and women, girls and boys who can literally work unselfishly for this Mahabharati and see what is going to happen to this great country. Thank you so much.
षष्ठीकोटि भुजै धृत खर कर वाले खर कर वाले के बोले के बोले के बोले माँ 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 तुम्हें अबले बहुबलधारिणी हूँ शत्रु दलवारिणी हूँ माँ बाहुनी बाहुनी तुम्ही मां शक्ती बाहुनी तुम्ही मां शक्ती हृदय हृदय तुम्ही भक्ति तुम्हारी 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 प्रतिमा प्रतिमा गरीब मंदिर मंदिर तुम ही दुर्गा दश प्रहरण धारिणी कमला कमल धरा अतुला अमला सरला सुस्मिता भरणियो मातरो oh,